Welcome again, everyone. So we got another Hot Wheels. This is a 1967 Chevy C10, and basically, if it's a 1967, the internet is telling me this is the second generation of the C series, and it was available from that year up until 1972, and it was designated the Action Line, because I guess they just redesigned it totally to have multi-purpose work. They made versions that were strictly for like farm work and heavy duty work, and then others comfort options were available as well for personal use if you wanted to have a personal ride, like these photographs behind. I guess up there front there was either 4.1 up to 6.6 liter engines, inline six to V8 varieties, and then that's really all I learned about it, other than the dimensions. Let's see what kind of a scale this thing might be. Um, I'm assuming this is called a short box. I don't know if that box means the cabin or the bed or what, but it's supposed to have a overall length of 4788 millimeters. That is. So let me just punch that into my calculator. Get the calipers out here. 77.32. So this is 162 scale. I am curious, the wheelbase is 2921. So if I try to measure axle to axle, 45.3. See, now it's 164 scale. So wheelbase wise, it's actually matching up. Overall length, it's a little bit small. So I don't know how you want to take that. The bumpers is a big factor. Even just a millimeter off is going to affect the scale when you're shrinking something down by 64 times. But I guess it wouldn't look too out of place next to your true 64 scale models. Alright, so naturally these photos are all modified. These are, I'm thinking, personal rides, not really work pickups. But I think Hot Wheels did a good job. I mean, if you look at the front end, they got the little turn signal rectangles in there. The bumper looks pretty good. Yeah, obviously the hood is a modified, hood. Must be a crazy V8 in this Hot Wheels one. But the rest looks pretty good. And then I also think the back end molding looks pretty right too. The rear lights here, that little indentation in the tailgate, the indentation for the... Oh, it's actually not an indentation for the license plate. In this case, it's actually sticking out. So they did a reverse illusion to show the license plate area. Okay, but it's nice to see that they actually have a separator there for the the lights there. So I'm gonna try to paint that bottom one red and then that little top section white. Okay, so naturally we got a crazy chrome base here, and that carries over into the interior, which is actually somewhat visible without a flashlight because it is so shiny in there, and there's no side windows. You can see some ribbing there, some decent details. Like the instruments actually have some like depressions for the gauges, so that's pretty neat. I don't know why they put in these vertical ribs. This is the second Hot Wheels I've seen, the way they put in vertical ribs on the rear glass. Are they doing that for strength or what? Because I don't know. If it had like a sliding window, I could understand, but it would probably only have two ribs if it had a sliding window. Or maybe two sliding windows. I guess maybe it had two sliding windows as an option. Although the photographs just show one pane of glass on the real truck. Okay, well, it's no big deal. I mean, you gotta factor in the price of this thing. It's pretty cool they put a big fuel cell back there. Help keep weight over the rear wheels. And then you got some molded in detail here, so that's pretty neat. Yeah, I guess the paint quality is okay on this one. I've definitely seen a lot worse from the brand. This side printing is really nice. It's also got some silver paint here on the door handle that sticks out, so that's cool. The only thing I really don't care for is the raked look of this thing. Let me get a better light angle here. Yeah, see, so it's so raked. I want to do a wheel swap on this, but I'm afraid, you know, this stuff is protruding so much. I'm going to have to shave this down if I put the same sized wheel tires on the front and the back. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. Okay, so we're back with these wheels here of my own design. I want to go with like things that look like hubcaps, although these technically I guess wouldn't be. These little V's are actually turning 90 degrees inwards, so they're supposed to be like vents that cut into the wind, and as it spins, you know, it would suck air into the brake system to help cool it down. So that's what I was intending there, but I want to still keep the retro look with the tall tires. So other than that, I added some paint here, some black in the grill, some orange, red, and some silver for the headlights, a little black in these little vents there. Tiny detail there on the fuel cell, and then some silver and red for the lights in back, and that was about it. Not too much extra paint work necessary. And you'll notice that the wheels are actually the same size, so I didn't have to deal with the whole SAM thing. I mean, I think the wheels and the suspension leaf springs are actually touching the ground at the same time, but I'm okay with it. It still looks pretty good. I don't really like the staggered tires so much. Okay, so here's a image of a similar kind of vehicle. It's lowered, but still has tall tires. Or maybe that's stock, I don't know. Let me know, guys, what do you think? It has stock ride height or lowered? Well, I guess this Hot Wheels is more lowered because the tires it's touching the fender in some way. So here's a little comparison. This is a Hot Wheels Econoline van pickup thing. Econoline pickup? I don't remember. Ford Econoline pickup. Okay. So, yeah, I think this would be a relatively realistic scene to occur. You know, pulling up at the gas station. The old Texaco. And if we want to compare again, here's a M2 Machines, my very first pickup, the 79 Chevrolet something. Doesn't really say what it is. I think it's a CK series of some sort. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it is quite lowered as well. Unfortunately, my rotating thing seems to be quite warped. Alright, so yeah, they don't seem too far out of scale. Alright. Well, I think it's a pretty cool casting. It's got a lot of cool printed details, and it's not super hard to paint your own lights on there, so I think it's worth picking up if you guys don't have this one yet. I'm sure this casting's probably been done a million times in the past, but it's new to me, so I'm a big fan. Alright guys, well hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.